Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. Today it's all about applique. I have 4 different methods that I'll be talking about, so let's get started. I'm beginning with a vine, a blue vine that I prepared ahead of time. I folded it into thirds and I added that white basting stitch, and now I'm appliquing with my machine with a blue thread that will match the fabric. And when I'm done sewing that vine on both sides, I'll take a little pair of scissors and I'll snip those basting stitches, and they tend to pull right out if I just, they come right out. It doesn't take too long. And then my vine is ready to go, and I can add the leaves and the berries, the flowers, whatever I want to add on there. And today I'm just using some leftover circles. Some are some yo-yos, and some are felted wool. So I just put some circles on there, and now I'm going to start with my first applique method, which is using freezer paper, and I'll be using this leaf for all 4 of my different applique methods. So I just drew the leaf on the freezer paper, and now I'm going to attach it to the back side of my blue fabric for a leaf, and then I'll press it on. You can reuse this leaf too. It is good for a few leaves, so you don't have to cut a leaf for every single piece applique you're doing, especially if you're doing a repeat like I'm doing. So I'm trimming the corners so that I can get rid of some of that bulk, and then I use some starch. I have this Best Press starch that I like, and I take a little kids paintbrush and I paint it around the edges, and that paintbrush is taped onto the back so it's always ready to go. And then I use my iron and I just press those edges in. And here's my second leaf. I made 2 for this project. So I'll pin it on and I will stitch it with some thin thread. Just use a thread that matches. Doesn't have to be this thin applique thread that I have, but as long as it's a thread that matches, it really helps to hide the stitches. And now I'm going to show you another way to applique using that same leaf as my pattern. This typically you would use interfacing, and I'll do that next, but in this example I am going to use that leaf. I've given myself a little extra fabric on the edge there for the seam allowance, and I'm using muslin fabric. So I have right sides together, and I drew a pattern with a pencil, and now I'm sewing around all the way around. And now I will trim using that leaf as my pattern and snip off the edges. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a finished leaf that we will turn right side out, and the edges will be all finished, ready to go. So in the back, you've got to be careful when you snip this that you don't cut your leaf, your pretty leaf on the front. And then just take something like a bamboo skewer and get that leaf turned right side out. Poke the corners and get the corners nice and sharp, and you'll be ready to sew that onto your project. Your applique piece will be all ready to go. The edges are all inside, and using fabric is just a little bit thicker than using interfacing. I have some very thin interfacing that I'm going to show you next. There's my interfacing, and it's usually fusible, and this is fusible, but I'm not worrying about the fusible part. I'm just going to pretend it's fabric, and I'm going to mark it like I did the last one. And this produces a little bit thinner of a applique piece than if you're using that muslin. So I'll sew around just like I did the last one, and just basically the same method. Sew around, cut open that back, and turn it right side out. Just be careful if you do press this, you're going to want to be careful, because if this is fusible interfacing and the fusible is on the outside there, it's going to stick to your ironing board. So it might be best to put the fusible side on the inside. And there's my piece ready to be appliqued on. So that's kind of a fun way to get your leaf ready to applique without a lot of work. Now I'm going to show you how I might applique needle turn, and I use a pencil. Pencil is very safe. It washes right out, and if you get your edges in, you probably won't even notice that the pencil line is there. But pencil's a safe marking tool to use whenever you need to mark something. So I have my marking on the outside. I'm going to pin it down there, and then I will follow my pencil line and just tuck in the edges as I go around. And this is a method that I use most often, probably because it's very portable. I don't have to prepare things ahead of time. I don't have to do that. I don't have to go to the ironing board to press anything. It's just ready to go. And again, you'll want to use a thread that matches your applique piece. And now we're going to talk about Fusible. So this is something I already had in my stash. I thought I'd just show you. You press the Fusible onto the back of the fabric. There's a lot of brands. I'll link down below. The Steam-A-Seam 2 Light is my favorite because it's not very thick, it's very thin, and I'm cutting out a leaf that's already been fused, and then you take the fusible off, and the back should be sticky. Not sticky, but that's the sticky side. It's smooth, but you can tell that the glue is on that side, and then you just press it onto your project there, and it should stick. So I pulled out my mother-in-law's, and see, all my leaves are pretty much the same, even though I'm using some different methods here today. I pulled out my mother-in-law's old machine because it has a zigzag stitch, and for fusible applique that you raw edge applique, you want a zigzag stitch, which this is the only machine at my house that has zigzags. So I pull it out when I need a zigzag, and you'll want to use thread that matches. You'll want to use your smallest zigzag stitch and try to get that stitch, a small stitch, so that the zigzags are really close together. And you just stitch around on the edge, and it blends in pretty well, but everybody has a different preference as far as applique goes. And now I'm going to applique that little circle on. It's felted wool, and it's pretty much the same as raw edge. You could also do a blanket stitch by hand, which I'm not talking about today, but there's a lot of ways to do applique. These are some of my favorites. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.